we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew. Any bags or a pass, say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my hat is off to you. Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon from this great wide wacky world. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the dark clouds start to swirl, don't fear and shed a tear, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl. So let's all jump up super high, high up in the sky. There's no hell, we're up like dancing. You know that you're my superstars. No one else can take me this far. I'm flipping the switch. Get ready for this song. Let's do the Odyssey. Odyssey, yes, see. 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 Odyssey, Odyssey. Spin the wheel, take a chance. Every journey starts a new romance. A new world's calling out to you. Take a turn off the path. Find a new addition to the cast. You know that any captain needs a crew. Take it in stride as you move side to side. They're just different points of view. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. Come on and jump up in the air. Jump without a care. Jump up 'cause you know that I'll be there. And if you find you're short on joy, don't break us, don't forget that you're still a one-up boy. So go on, straighten up your cap. Let your toes begin to tap. This rhythm is a power shoe. Don't forget you're the superstar. No one else can make it this far. But go through that stash. Now you've got panache. Oh, let's do the Odyssey. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the dark clouds start to swirl, don't fear, don't shed a tear, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl. Now listen, all you boys and girls all around the world, don't be afraid to get up and move. You know that we're all superstars. We're the ones who made it this far. Put a smile on that face. There's no time to waste, so let's do the Odyssey.
Yet again, I prove I have the greatest playlist known to man. Good morning, my children. Good morning. Good morning. I didn't stream yesterday, so no matter what, we're not leaving until I finish everything. We're not leaving until I finish everything. 1, 2, these are all like literally the same thing. But in terms of, not the same thing, but some of these are like, it'll seem like there's 50 things to discuss, but it's all pertaining to like the same things. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tabs open. There's things that need to be discussed. But before before that, it is important that I show you something. Cooking video, maybe today. It's 8 in the morning. The likelihood that it's today strengthens now that I realize that it's 8 in the morning. And what no one asked is going to be on the proverbial menu? I don't know. I did ask you motherfuckers if which one to make, shrimp or orange chicken, and I don't remember which one y'all picked. So I went with the orange chicken. I don't remember what the entire consensus was, but I went with the orange chicken. Now, maybe you don't like how it looks. Maybe you'll like it like this, in the granny spoon. Or maybe you like it like this. So maybe you'll like it on the rice. I will give myself a pat on the back. The sauce for this is 50 times better than the last time I made it. And I feel like I know the difference. You want to know the difference? Brown sugar. And like a cornstarch slurry to help thicken it. Like just to help thicken it. Cause I don't know what it was. I was just watching it bubble up with a little bit of stirring. With a little bit of stirring in it. And I don't know why. It just kept the consistency. It kept the consistency of a Chinese restaurant, but I'm not gonna say it was better than a Chinese. I'm gonna say it's better than Panda Express. I don't give a fuck. I'll never be able to beat old Granny in the Chinese shop, but I could beat any dish that comes out of Panda Express. Fuck Panda Express and fuck anybody who eat at Panda Express. You a punk ass. You a punk ass nigga. 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 But food aside, I have a problem. I have a problem with the consistency of people who like consuming news. The Kirkification has no end in sight. Somebody posted on Twitter, like, what would Charlie Kirk's legacy be? And I just thought to myself, well, if Twitter has their way, it'll be these fucking memes. And he will not be remembered for whatever the fuck the right wants him to be remembered for. So I'm going to need the right to, like, step it up if you don't want that dude to just be nothing more than a meme. So, for the longest time, I've taken issue with people who just spout things, and then when you ask them about it, they just point you in 50 different directions. And yes, I'm talking about Candace. Now, as we discussed last time, Candace told the world that she got a hit put out on her. And when asked, show the receipts. You claim you have receipts of this happening. Show the receipts. Show the receipts. The lady says, if you got any questions, go ask the Trump administration about it. The same Trump administration that she accused of being a part of the group that whacked Charlie Kirk. And I didn't say it to anybody then, but I'm going to say it now since she did a stream yesterday that was absolutely dog shit. It needs to be stated that Candace is in it for the money at this point. Like, because I watched that stream, and then Moral texted me saying Candace is doing a stream about the tweet if you're interested. My response immediately was because I was watching it before Moral sent me it. I just kept seeing a dude in her chat typing twist that dick. It was just like nonstop. All capital letters, twist that dick, twist that dick, twist that dick. And then they banned him, and I was upset. So much for free speech. But everybody who was interested in this wanted to know, all right, Candace, you took a week off, convenient that it was the Thanksgiving break, and we'll get to that. But all right, now that you're back, what's the proof? What you got everybody wondering what the proof is going to be, Candace. What is it? Well, you'll likely be disappointed about what you're going to hear.
Foremost, if you were one of the people online who believed for a single second that it was even a remote possibility that I simply made up a French assassination attempt heading into Thanksgiving week, I don't know, for like attention or something, a claim which has gone viral. When I say viral, I mean just the tweet alone had over 100,000 retweets and 45 million impressions on X alone. This was front page global news from the United States to Russia. It's now been a full week since I made that announcement. And here is the official response issued by the Elysee Palace.
Leon, don't you find it suspicious? They're not responding to her claims. If I said you raped me and you decided to go the legal route because I've made money off of the claim that you raped me, and I try to get you to stop with a cease and desist, and I don't stop, and I continue to make these claims, you raped me, your mama raped me, your son raped me, the infant came out the womb and raped me, the dog raped me, and I kept making money off of this. Don't you think that I would just stop talking and just get ready to lawyer up to shut this shit the fuck down? It gets to a point. Because let's say they fucking respond and they say, this is not true. You realize the spin is they're covering it up. Like, it's not really a gotcha that one could ever think it is. It's more like a, hey, because you responded, we can continue this stupid little fucking game.
Nothing. And I publicly challenged the Candace is making everything up crowd to prove it. Press the White House for a response.
That is not how you go about this. People asked you. You were the one that made the claim and conveniently at the exact same time went on vacation. So nobody could really get an answer from you unless you just so happen to be the officer Israel who, I saw what she saw. I saw what she said, and I believe her. That's never going to be good enough in any real conversation. And these people know this. These people have spent time making fun of people who go viral, spreading something, and then they turn out to be liars. But when it's their friend, when it's somebody that they actually want to watch, all of a sudden, all of that credibility goes out the window. And it disturbs me, but it proves a point that motherfuckers will excuse anything as long as it's a person that entertains them or it's their friend. And it's just like, I can't stand it.
Right? The White House, the ball is very firmly in their court. And a week later, this is the official White House response.
Mind you, if they were to keep that in mind. Keep the official White House being crickets response in mind, please. Because you might wonder, why the fuck? This should be something serious. How did we even reach this point? I'll answer that later. This is something serious. This is a prominent media figure being threatened with assassination. The White House should respond. Keep all of that in mind. If you're watching this and you're on Team Candace, whether if you're watching this in a live setting or you're watching it later, just keep it in mind.
So what's the issue here? Why is no one coming out and telling you that that's completely baseless? I cannot.
Number one, it needs to be stated. What you're about to see is a tactic she's used before, which is just, hey, instead of asking me, go ask somebody of a higher official because I told them about it, which is piss poor because it was Candace, not the White House, not Trump, not any representative in that fucking building that said, hey, the French are coming to give me some of their croutons and their beans on toast. No one else brought that up but Candace. So, of course, people are going to ask Candace. But because this story has reached a really stupid tipping point, now the gimmick is, hey, go ask these people because I've given the information to them, which somehow means you can no longer speak about it, even though you did a fucking live stream about it.
Present to you a fact, and you can't present to me not a fact. Okay,
You made
we're
the
both.
claim.
We're both. I'm
You made
speculating,
the
and you're
claim.
saying it's not true. You saying it's not true could be a lie.
Okay, well,
I didn't say it wasn't
you
true.
can't prove
I
it's
didn't
not
say-
true, and I can't prove it's true.
Okay, you
But
are
you
admitting
made
that.
the
Hold
it's on you. It's
on
You
my
are-
opinion.
If I were to fucking tell you motherfuckers something and you wanted me to, for example, I keep telling y'all that y'all don't really have video footage of this ring camera girl. Yes, we do. We've seen it. And I keep pulling up 4 police reports that don't really bring this up at all. Now, at the moment, still up in the air, but I have something to back up the claim that I've made. Now, if later on the cops are like, oh, in addition to this, oh, well, I look stupid and I accept that. Steadfast. I ain't got no ways around hiding from that. Why? Because I'm not Candace. I'm not gonna go the route of, hey, the heat's on me. A bunch of leprechauns are coming to stick their fingers in my ass.
You made the
Now, that's the end of this. Let's get into why the White House probably wouldn't respond, because I believe everyone's in agreement that no one wants Candace to die. No one wants Candace to leave this earth through forceful manner. But for some ungodly reason, I feel as though if Candace were to have attempts on her life, some of it would be her fault because she doesn't know what she's doing.
Now, in terms of formal replies that we received from government structures, the only department that we did hear back, well, first let me say I did not at all hear back from the FBI on the American side. I did hear back from the counterterrorism unit. I did hear back from the White House confirming that that message had been delivered on Trump's desk.
Which puts to bed this stupid fucking gimmick that a lot of people went for over the weekend. Oh, they confirmed that there are threats against Candace. It proves that, you know what, Trump was right. Americans are untalented, because if your reading comprehension is fucking piss, then yeah, you are untalented. This woman never got on here and said the White House officially knows that I'm being threatened with assassination. They just told y'all that they got the memo. That was it. And I saw tweet after tweet. I saw motherfuckers making videos. White House confirms. And it's just like, chase that fucking bag, Queens. Chase that bag.
Me saying that I had the information, I guess he didn't want to inquire further, which is interesting. But the FBI left me on red. And I will say I didn't go through an official channel and send an email, and I should do that.
Do I even need to play that again? You make the claim that you have a political group in another country's government trying to put an end to you. And you let the world know. Then you tell everybody, hey, go ask the White House about it. And then after a week of you being thankful, you then proceed to tell us you did not go through the proper channels of communicating this with the FBI. So how in the fuck did it end up on Trump's desk? Did one of the newly found members of the media go in there and start asking about Candace? And it is interesting how we reach certain points in time and we realize some people don't know what they're doing. Now, in the grand scheme, in my head, this isn't as bad as one would make it out to be. At least in my head, it's not as dramatic. You just created a little panic, had a bunch of people, grifting off of your potential dead body, getting ready for it. And now you just come out and was like, I didn't go through the proper channels, but I probably should. No, you probably should have did that from jump instead of...
But I did send a text message to somebody very high up who
Now, let's play a game. Let's say I tell you that I have been molested. And you know how there's an investigation into that just to make sure that no one's lying about a rape kit, you know, like where they go through the process to see that you've been penetrated in a way that was forceful, that will make everybody be like, all right, something happened here, let's continue forward. And instead of us going through the proper channels to get that done officially, I just have you look in my asshole, say that looks weird, and then I go online saying I have been molested. Do you understand like how bad that is? Oh, you just shot somebody a text. LOL, preparing for Thanksgiving. This dude that I've been calling a transgender is coming to kill me. Dude, like, are we sure? Like, when I get told to watch this shit, and when I get told that Candace knows what she's doing, and I get told Team Candace, are we sure? Because even Smuggle Nuts got sniffed out before saying some shit like this, and now after this, I'm like the strongest. She's lying about everything. Like, and I will say it again. Thank God that her friend's dead, because she wouldn't have nothing to bite on. It would be nothing but, oh my God, did you see this new thing about Brigitte Racone, and it's not new at all? Did you see? Oh my God, did you see? It'd have been this the whole time, and eventually motherfuckers would have snuffed it out. That, wait, you ain't really got nothing here. You wasting that time. Like, oh brother, thank God she's got this new thing to latch onto. And if you've paid attention, they're merging together. The stories are merging together because it's not out of pocket. All Candace had this entire year that really had people glued was Brigitte Macron, and the story died once she started getting legal papers that made her look like a fucking liar about how, oh, they've never sent me any proof. They sent her proof, and she just kept running with it and making up new claims. They've done it. So the story started to die out. And then, well, lo and behold, Charlie Kirk's corpse plops on everybody's fucking doorstep. And people made videos, but Candace has been milking the blood from that corpse minusculely daily. She ain't even got to the torso yet. She's still at the neck. And it went from who did it to the FBI's lying to the FBI's in on it to the timelines off to the White House is in on it to Trump's in on it to the Egyptians are in on it. Now we've tied it back to the Brigitte story, so now that we can gain a little bit more momentum because we're combining the two into one. Oh, they're coming to kill me. Mind you, I don't care that the story gained all this attention. Show everybody what they came to see, proof. Just do that. Because this is just embarrassing. Like, this is just sad. And to bring it back to the point of how did we get here? We got here because of Brigitte Macron and how that story started and how that story died. And now it's back on because we drastically need a motherfucker to try their hardest. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I'm glad my mic heard me fart. I didn't think anybody would peep it, but there's Soupy. There's Soupy being the one with the loudest headphones. I can't believe this is just gonna be a tape. Listen, bro, I said it. I don't really hate Trump as much as anybody who's probably on TikTok. Oh my God. When that man leaves this earth, oh my God, don't go on social media. If you one of these people that's been crying and complaining about if you one of these people that's been crying and complaining about Charlie Kirk memes, ooh, brother, do I got some bad news for you when that man passes. It's not gonna be a good day for you. It's gonna be a whole bunch of why the fuck are you doing it? What the fuck? And you know what's crazy? If I could just intermission this real fast. You know who had the perfect take about all this shit? You'll never believe it. You'll never believe it. How do I spell this fucker's name? How in the fuck do I spell this horse shit?
Hey, Kim, it does look like him. Here's my outlook. I've been making jokes about George Floyd for years. Why can't people make a joke about Charlie Kirk?
Out of all the people, I would have never expected this motherfucker to be the smart one. Oh my actual fucking Christ. It's all open season. George Floyd, dead. Motherfuckers made jokes. People called it offensive. Charlie Kirk, dead. Motherfuckers made jokes. People called it offensive. Bro, who cares? It's the internet. Welcome to hell. Oh, but you should have some respect. That sounds like what they said about George Floyd. Oh, but he's a drug dealer. Well, that sounds like if we look over here, somebody's going to say, oh, but Charlie Kirk's a racist. Bro, guess what? There are people who love George Floyd. There are people who hate George Floyd. There are people who love Charlie Kirk. There are people who hate Charlie Kirk. You're all on the same planet. You're all using, well, not really using the same Wi-Fi, but you're all on the same websites barking at each other. Just laugh. Just laugh. Best believe when it happens, I'll be on your street. First of all, don't come to me for your discrepancies. But oh my God, it was just interesting. And I saw people, I don't know if it was under this tweet because fuck the chain of events around these content creators and they always got tweets. I agree in theory and even mostly in practice, but the degree to which I find it funny or disturbing is based on how likely I find it that you are really joking and not just grave dancing. Well, the problem is you really won't be able to see that. You really won't be able to see that because I've seen some motherfuckers grave dancing and it's funny as fuck. Like, I'm sorry, George Droid is funny as fuck. I'm sorry, the fucking people who will tweet something and for some reason they just so happen to be black and somebody responding with LOL cope seethe mauled and it's a picture of like their profile picture's face on Derek Chauvin's body and the black person they responded to is George Floyd. I'm sorry, that's funny. Like, it's always been funny. Just like they got motherfuckers who grave dance and it be the funniest shit on the planet. I think, see, this is what I hate. This is what I hate about everybody. At several different points in time, you've all pretended like it's your first day on the internet. I'm sorry, but this is the darkest place to be. Darker than the dark web. And motherfuckers sell organs on the dark web that they stole. It just is, buddy. Like, it literally just is. Like, literally just is. Oh, here we go. The joke about whatever. The problem with most Kirk jokes is that none of them have been legit funny. Well, now we're going to have a conversation about what people deem funny, which is opinionated. Like, because as many of you have seen, if you come to these streams on YouTube, those Charlie Kirk thumbnails, I've laughed at each one. And who there was a dude who came in here the other day. This shit's not funny. Hey, motherfucker wasn't like bitching and moaning. It was just like, oh, it wasn't funny. Well, I found it funny. Yeah, I found it funny. So now it's a matter of who decides what's funny. The motherfucker laughing or the motherfucker who's crying that it ain't funny? I'd argue it's up to your own interpretation because every joke is not designed to make you laugh. For example, there's probably one of you in here that thinks Kevin Hart is funny. I've never laughed at a thing that man has ever said. Not in a skit, not in a comedy special. That guy's not funny. It's not happening. But fuck, man. Learn how to joke. Learn how to have fun. And maybe your lives will be a little bit better. but back to speaking of grave digging and dancing.
Who received the text message? No response. Now, I thought that the claim of the French Foreign Legion being involved in Charlie's assassination, I thought the FBI might be interested.
Well, they could have been interested if you actually, communicated that to them. But I'm sorry, as much as people want it to be, Twitter is not in a spot where you're just going to believe what you see on there and then the FBI is going to investigate full throttle. They're going to need a little bit more. They're going to need a little bit more circumstance in order to, I don't know, actually look into it. Like, they would actually need, Candace, you to give them information directly instead of just, you texted a friend who's a friend who's a friend who's a friend of a friend who works in the FBI. Like, what's the better option here? If I have this groundbreaking information and I just give it to you people instead of giving it to the police, and then I come back 2 weeks later and the situation's still the same, and I'm mad at all of you motherfuckers. Like, why the fuck haven't you done anything? It's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Like, and this is the sick part. Hey, the FBI's not looking into this. What does it mean? It means that they're colluding. It means that they're in on it. And it's like, I realized while watching this woman without really saying too much, it's the saddest attempt at journalism under the sun. I'm going to make a bunch of fucking claims, and if you can't fucking disprove me or if you don't respond to me, haha, I win, you're the liar, I'm somehow telling the truth. And the woman spends no time telling no truths. And people eat it up. And it's like, hey, fuck it, get your bag, queen. It's just, I, in good conscience to my brain, will not give this the amount of sincerity that one would want me to. Speaking of FBI, isn't Cash Patel involved in some? Yeah, apparently this dude didn't want to get off the plane until somebody gave him an FBI jacket. And they gave him like a woman's one. Is that the full brevity of that? Is that the full brevity of that? And then you hear that and you fucking wonder, damn. No wonder our fucking country is in the state it's in. We got the wrong motherfuckers doing the wrong shit. What? I don't know why this pushed all the way down. That's weird, because over 160,000 people tuned in live and she was making complete sense to all of us. That's the great thing about being able to trick a motherfucker into thinking that you're telling the truth. Once you're so locked in, you're going to believe every single fucking thing she says. Oh my God, 160,000 people believe that it's okay to just text a friend within a friend within a friend within a friend that knows a friend that works at the FBI instead of reporting it to the FBI. 160,000 people in the same week, in the same timeline, where the FBI had to investigate 2 National Guard members getting shot. Oh, we didn't stop the world to worry about Candace. Okay. Well, I believe we set ourselves up for the obvious outcome of being called retarded here.
No phone calls even from Utah's FBI branch have come into me either. Wouldn't you want to see? Aren't we supposed to be investigating the Charlie Kirk assassination? It was totally not a state operation, and they really want to get to the truth.
And another thing that I'm fried with is this investigation supposed to be a public spectacle? Is this not supposed to? Is this not supposed to be something where they carefully get all the information and make sure what they give out or what they go through is indeed the truth? Like, wouldn't that be the proper thing? I get it. You've had stories that every moment of every waking second they give you a new piece of information. That's not every story. It's more often than not shit happens in the background you've forgotten about already. And then when we actually get to the end of it and all the information is out, motherfuckers are going to respond with, oh, this is still a thing? I thought this was over. It's ridiculous how far people are willing to go to try to make it seem like they're the smartest one in the room, and it's not happening.
Which explains why nobody called? No, Utah, not interested? I'm actually surprised.
Am I supposed to, for the moment, think to myself that Utah's FBI branch is paying attention to your Twitter? Like, was I supposed to read all? Well, I was supposed to hear this and be like, yep, groundswell information here, buddy.
Tyler Robinson's lawyer hasn't reached out to me.
Why would Tyler Robinson's lawyer reach out to you about anything? You played no factor into the ongoing case that involves that lawyer's client. You're breaching upon levels of tarot card lady, and how, oh, my psychic readings dictate that this person killed all these people. You're right there. You're right on that line.
What's going on here? Now we've got to protect the patsy, right? We've got to protect.
Oh, and now it's all back to it's a government conspiracy. Now, a few times I've mentioned that little Candace was not on the scene, but few times you may or may not have understood that little Candace was, as the kids say, out and about, enjoying, I guess, staying in a bunker, away from any potential threats, being cautious of food being delivered, all of that. What are the possibilities that exist in the world that as she went on this vacation, the bitch went to Dollywood? Now, I want to make something very clear. We live in a world where every fucking thing that touches social media has the question of maybe it's AI. Who knows? Could be. AI's gotten a little more sophisticated. Who knows? I'm gonna work with the greatest assumption at the current moment that this is a really old picture. By really old, I'm gonna say 2 years. I'm still, after hearing Candace prove why no one's contacting her, I'm still gonna give her the benefit of the doubt that she was not at a fucking Dollywood while on vacation, having people think that she's in hiding to keep her family safe because the French motherfucker who she's accused of being a trans pedophile is out for blood. But you deserve to know. You deserve to know about this extra wrinkle that's been going on since last night.
Wait the hell a minute. So right before Thanksgiving break, you guys know what Candace posted, this elaborate plot by foreign governments, including the Macrons, the French government, and one Israeli, apparently, that planned to assassinate her. Very, very drastic claim. I mean, this is serious. So House and Habit posted this earlier today, that apparently Candace Owens, on this break, where she went off air dramatically, apparently, allegedly, she went on vacation to Dollywood, which, by the way, is completely fine. If you, that's not, I'm not coming at you for that. Enjoy yourself, girl. But you just claimed that an entire foreign government is trying to assassinate you, girl. Like, along with one Israeli, apparently, and you're at Dollywood? This is the text message that is attached to that photo, and it reads, my daughter's best friend went to Tennessee for Thanksgiving. They spent yesterday at Dollywood. Guess who she ran into? Yep, Candace Owens, out in the open in a public place amongst claimed assassination attempts. Make it make sense. And yes, this photo is from yesterday. Oh my God.
I would need somebody to be able to work with me just a little bit. I would just need somebody to work with me just a little bit, because it's like that photo could be from years ago. Could be. Now, the wonderful thing about black people is that they black don't crack. It's like, you think a motherfucker had a picture from 2015, it's from 2025. You think a photo could be from 2025, it's from 2010. These are all possibilities. These are all fabulous possibilities. And I'm still working with this photo's old. Until something comes up that could prove that, I'm working with the photo being old.
And if this is true, that her daughter's best friend just ran up to Candace Owens.
Yeah, now it's her daughter's best friend. See, it's this stupid little fucking game of, oh, it's nobody I know. It's the daughter's best friend's husband's, son's, sister's, brother's dead corpse, dog, at the all at the same time, conglomerating on meeting Candace. It's like, we could never just get like something direct. There's always got to be like a headliner involved.
That means that Candace Owens didn't have her security on her or something. You know what I mean? She wasn't high security, right? Is that what that means? So, like, help me make this make sense. Like, there's a foreign operation plotting her assassination, so much so that she ran to the White House, all the stuff. But she allowed, like, some rando stranger run up to her. You know what I mean? Dollywood does not look low-key whatsoever. It looks like it has a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people, high population, Disneyland, Disney World, maybe not that much, you know what I mean? Astroworld, maybe you guys remember that? Six Flags, something like that. This is just high-level detail, okay? Dollywood is a theme park. It's owned by Hershend and Dolly Parton Productions.
I don't care about all this. In the time frame of Candace claiming that she was doing this and claiming that she was doing that, somebody will sit there and be like, well, Leon, what the fuck? Is somebody not allowed to enjoy themselves? My issue is that this is timelined around her taking a break and going on Thanksgiving break, having fun with the family, going on a vacation, going to a fucking amusement park. You're allowed to do all of that. But when you have the world thinking you have foreign entities on your ass, it becomes a problem. A problem in which you have to solve by telling the truth if shit were to hit the fan. And I'm sorry, no matter how much y'all want to try to convince me that this is normal, commonplace, any of that, you cannot expect a fucking response from any FBI entity if you're going to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to text this person instead of writing up a formal letter of concern, documenting each of the fucking claims, showing all the information in said letter or email, and sending it through proper channels, because a fucking text message to try to get your way pushed to the top is not going to go that way. Oh, and no one's responding to her, so something must be up. Again, like that, anyone who uses that, if you were to be in somehow a conversation about Candace Owens and they bring all this shit up and then they say, oh, well, nobody contacted Candace, don't you find that suspicious? Yeah, I'd find it suspicious that nobody contacted me if nobody actually reached out to the proper channels to do it. That's like getting the wrong item from Walmart and you call customer service at Walgreens. You see how you won't get an answer? You see how you won't get anything from that? But why though? I told Morrow asked me. I didn't tell Morrow. Morrow asked me if I thought that she was in it for the money. And I was like, yeah, kinda. Now I'm just thinking 100% it's for the money. Because a lie is not supposed to be this fucking ridiculous. Why do this? Internet traction, a means to try to combine all stories into one, personal benefit. I can't really think of any other reasons, because I'm not really getting too much truth here. I'm getting baseless speculation with a hint of, oh, let me waste your time. Speaking of, it apparently is going to snow in my neck of the woods Thursday. So we might get a sequel to those pictures I took in January or February. That's if I decide to go outside. I might light that fucking campfire, bros. Might light that fucking campfire, bros. But speaking of lighting that campfire, any update on the Cowboys player? Yeah, he's dead. Did you not know? Yeah, he killed himself. That the fuck? That's your out. He's probably been buried by now. What update were you hoping for? The fuck? What update did you want? He's dead. But speaking of dead and cruise ships in deportation, just imagine you want to do your taxes, and apparently motherfuckers will turn into immigrants while doing your taxes and then go on a vacation.
This is Susie Cheney, and this is Eva Elmer.
Just information, he's dead. You're not getting anything else. This wasn't no big cover up. That's another byproduct to all these motherfuckers like Candace. Now it's, is there any further detail about this thing or that thing? And it's not really your fault, Dill. It's just a byproduct of this cesspool known as investigative, internal, personal, what's the fucking word? Investigative journalism that's on the ground, grassroots, independent, all that shit. It gets to a point. It gets to a point that oh man, got him high. Dumbass is high. Got him. Next time, learn your memes. Next time, learn your memes. If you can't learn your memes, don't give out your memes. What was I talking about? Y'all threw me off.
Susie and Eva both work at H&R Block. Specifically, this H&R Block in Provo, Utah. And these two decided to betray the trust of their customer simply for being immigrants. Yeah, these two decided to steal the addresses and the ITIN numbers of their immigrant customers and gave them to ICE.
Boy, don't ever tell me this world ain't got some evil shit in it.
They did so they can get reward money. And then once they got that reward money, they took a cruise. They traded people's lives for money and greed. And now the People's Sick Day has gotten involved. So we're coming in here with an act of resistance. We need to let H&R Block know just how we feel about their dirty ass employees reporting people to ICE. Because how dare they betray those customers and go into those files and send that information out to Homeland Security. Being a racist piece of shit is very expensive. So let's make it known. That little cruise that they went on is not going to be worth the trouble they are about to see.
I don't know. Because what if they still on it and they're not even paying attention? I think they're back home now, but it's kind of crazy. Because in order to... What are the parameters of this? Are they even illegal immigrants? That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Like if they was actually card carrying American citizens through and through, that'd actually be crazy as fuck. That would, because imagine, I feel like somebody would come to your defense. I feel like somebody would come to your defense and be like, they're illegal immigrants. But if they actually American citizens, that not only would that be horrible for those two motherfuckers, it would make them look evil, that'd make the immigration process look terrible again. Oh, but that's just one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it for all things. But I want to draw everybody's attention back to Stranger Things, because we have a new character who may or may not be saying something very fucking dumb about the scene that motherfuckers think is rape. I think you know who it is. It must be done. It must be done. You know what? There's been the fewest of occasions where the quartering knocks it out of the park and is actually given a take that is reasonable. And you know what? I feel as though we were proven wrong about the geek and gamer crowd, because I thought they were gonna be on the same boat. But then they said the right things. So no, you know what? I'm walking in with just a little bit of hope. Just like that, you gotta have see. There you go, starting it. We just gotta have a little bit of hope, just a wee bit. Just have a wee bit of hope. I'm making it seem like I already watched this, and I didn't. I swear I didn't. I swear I have not watched this at all. I am in it. I am in this for the funny. I am in this for the moment in time. I am in this for the laugh. It's refreshing that you don't suck up to everyone on the same side. That's apparently that's something with people's fetish of sitting on fences. The problem is your sides fucking suck. They just do. Echo chambers are bad? No, they just suck. You have to constantly spend your time defending a side that does wrong in front of your face, but you're too chicken shit to admit it. Like, no. Like, yeesh. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm sorry I don't want to be a part of that. I'm sorry that I want to see some shit and call it out. Like, my bad. Like, my bad that I don't want to do that. But, LOL.
Well, Stranger Things Season 5, I think it's the last season, is finally out. And over the weekend, there was a lot of concern about a particular scene in this season. And I do watch Stranger Things, although, it's been like 2 years since the last season. And I just kind of grew out of it. This happens nowadays when, like, these shows come out and you get into it for a while. But when there's like a 2-year wait between seasons or 3 years wait, it's hard to stay that invested. Like, From's a perfect example. I really love that show, but I think we're on year 2 waiting for the next season. And I've just found other shows I like better or other things to watch. But Stranger Things, obviously a cultural phenomenon. And people are saying that there was like a scene that is extremely uncomfortable and may depict, Will Byers, who is, season 5 opens up with a pretty spicy scene. We're gonna take a look at it and really see.
It's not spicy at all. This motherfucker got chased by a demigorgon, ran up a tree. The demigorgon climbed up said tree. Will jumps to another tree, crashes, because, children weak, falls, gets dragged by the demigorgon into a fucking cave. Vecna walks in, gives him the fucking power of the mind flare, and that's the scene. Nobody complained when Max almost got this exact same treatment, but Max would have died. So I guess, if the body's still alive, that's the problem.
Is he right? Because it's pretty interesting. I do want to shout out, we shipped all of our...
If I only could make a deal. Hey, wait, this was 15 hours ago. The same guy who told y'all to save your money wants you to spend $50 on a margarita cookbook that I don't think is legal. I do not think this is legal. Can motherfuckers put Trump's face on products to sell without his fucking approval? Is this legal? Is this legal? Is this legal? 74. You want people to save their money and you got $80 worth of shit to pre-order? What happened to save the money? What happened to the market being down and people losing jobs, you piece of shit?
With the opening of Stranger Things Season 5. The scene is drenched, absolutely soaked in spicy horror symbolism to a kid. And they aimed that imagery straight at a child character, counting on the audience to shrug because it's 2025 and everyone's too desensitized to object, and largely they were right. Season 5 opens up with a flashback to a young Will Byers and the supervillain Vesna that is unmistakably charged.
Oh, nigga said Vesna. Even though if you watch the show, it's clear as day that it's Vecna. But LOL, yeah, you watch the show.
With heavy, uncomfortable, spicy symbolism, it echoes the same dark, invasive body horror tone that defined Alien. I'd agree with that, like the face clingers or whatever they're called. Anyone familiar with the film's history knows why that matters. The creators of Alien openly stated that the facehugger design represented themes of forced impregnation and deliberate use of, just gross stuff, right? That's
so cool. But that's for Alien. That's not Stranger Things.
This isn't just dark sci-fi. This is deliberate. If you show the scene to someone from the 1950s, they'd lose their minds. They'd wonder how a supposedly family-friendly, nostalgia-based show spiraled into...
Stop. Excuse me. I don't mean to break this to anybody who's never watched Stranger Things. It is not family friendly. It is literally a show based in like the 50s, the 60s, or the 70s where aliens come in and start killing people. There is nothing per se family friendly about this other than maybe the human interactions. Other than that, this is a complete like sci-fi horror-esque fucking show. Well, not really sci-fi horror. It's more like just horror. Like, what are we talking about here? What actually are we fucking talking about?
fetish-coded horror symbolism aimed at a boy who's been a child character since season 1, episode 1, and their outrage would be justified. Hollywood's defense would be the same. As always, it's just a metaphor. It's just horror language. It's all in your imagination. Now, I'm going to show parts of the scene here, stills from it. I watched it last night, and unfortunately, it's hard to make a strong call one way or another on it. So I think
it is easy to make a strong call. You got one motherfucker who claimed it's rape, and you have others who are like, no. And you have apparently a new group of people calling this shit family friendly.
Just want to avoid this kind of stuff, I think just skip the first 20 minutes of the episode or skip this series altogether. If you believe, like I do, that you've seen it all before and it's no different than Alien. See, the thing is, like when I saw it, I was like, I've seen this kind of represented before in Alien movies and other stuff. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable.
Hey, everybody. Wait a minute. Don't y'all know some great iconic character that all of these people love that they claim, oh, that's different? Bugs Bunny was kissing men and dressing up as a woman. I'm not talking about new Bugs Bunny. I'm talking about iconic Bugs Bunny. That motherfucker was going in and kissing men, and nobody batted a fucking eye. Like, hello? Nobody batted an eye at a cartoon bunny kissing adults. Kissing humans. Nobody did it. Oh, everybody turned out fine except for all the people, who fuck animals. You see how easy it is? Bugs was the OG drag queen. But hey, apparently drag queens have never existed until 2020. Oh, but the difference is, no. It was imagery put in front of your fucking face. I hate that tired ass fucking excuse of, oh, but we didn't notice it. Well, that's you. That's you getting indoctrinated so easily. So easily, it's almost concerning. So easy to be indoctrinated. It's damn near concerning.
Uncomfortable. Now, if that stuff in the Alien movie was demonic and I didn't know, or something, there was some deep rooted lore and history with that, then what can I say? Then Jack is right here in this article.
Nothing. It's a TV show. It's a movie, not a TV show, that I'm almost certain a lot of motherfuckers still go to and watch to this day. That's really it. There's nothing more here. There's nothing more to discuss, deliberate. It's a show. It's over. It's a show that doesn't even exist in like current viewing anymore, right? Unless they do, not remakes, but screenings of it again. It's a show. That's it. It's a goddamn show. There's really nothing else for me to think about. There's nothing else for me to think about when it comes to this shit at all. But because, you got to open your third eye and you got to live in the chakra. You got to see things for what they are, Liana. You're missing it.
On Human Events is right. Netflix has been playing footsie with grooming and predator aesthetics for years. They never do it openly. They're too corporate.
Oh, and now we're tying in all the other shows with a blatant fucking issue. Because, you know what? Hey, for the longest time, the biggest way to drive home conversation or a little bit of indoctrination is media. I don't know why we're just now pretending that Netflix is all of a sudden starting doing it, because they've been at it for a while. just like every other fucking TV network. Do I need to bring up the tired argument again about how you've seen what you would call now woke in your television? You've been seeing it for the longest of times about racism, about gun control, about gun violence, about police brutality, about police scrutiny, and how they will frame somebody. Racial tension, segregation, little bit of gay rights, holidays. This has gone on for too long. I don't know why it's become more lucrative to lie and act as if at the start of 2020, that's when it's really started to get there. And then somebody's going to say, oh, but back then those shows were good. Now it's a matter of subjectivity. Now it's a matter of your fucking opinion. Because I did see motherfuckers talking about Star Wars Acolyte again. And I will tell you motherfuckers again, there are motherfuckers who like that show. Just because you sit in an echo chamber of people who all hate it don't mean you make up the entire world. Case in point, the more they keep making these shows that y'all complain about, well, there's an audience for them, and they meet the projections enough to be like, fuck it, make another one, make a season 2. And then once that shit bombs, that's when they stop. Or if the idea is so fucking bad, they gotta change it, like the first design of Sonic. Which, if there's any theory I'm gonna believe, it's the theory that they made that shit just to get motherfuckers mad to talk about it, and then they came out with the real thing. I'm sticking with that theory to the grave.
For that, but they drip it into culture throughout implication, tone, symbolism, and repetition. They rely on plausible deniability, and they rely on viewers being too dulled and exhausted to push back. Now that I agree with. I do agree that basically everything on Netflix has some level of degeneracy in it, and anytime someone's like, oh, there's a new show I'm interested in, it's always kind of like, well, cool, how much LGBTQ stuff is going to be crammed in it? How many, white people bad stuff is going to be in it? Like, that's...
Hey, there's a show called Atypical that really doesn't have any of that. Where the fuck was any of this conversation when 13 Reasons Why came out? Where the fuck were any of y'all when 13 Reasons Why came out? Because I said that show sucked from jump. And, like, looking back at it, yeah, it sucked from jump.
Going to happen, 100%. That's not even up for debate, but it's a question of how much is going to be in it. Now they're ratcheting it up, he says, in season 5 with imagery lifted straight from a movie about violation and people barely blink. The real scandal, he says, is that Netflix crossed the line, but Netflix knew the audience wouldn't care. They think you're desensitized, they think you're conditioned, they think you're beat, and honestly, the lack of outrage proves them right. Will's character arc is now one long meditation on trauma. Trauma he can't name, trauma he can't shake, trauma that the show...
No, it is not. It is based on this motherfucker seeing him as the ideal fucking source for his power, storing it, and then coming back for it later. If you'd watch the show, you'd recognize that, but motherfuckers don't ever want to do the boring thing.
Show keeps linking to his identity in isolation, and it's a trauma of a child who was taken advantage of. Let's be crystal clear. The responsible storyteller takes a symbolic language, historically acknowledged, artistically intentional, and attaches it to a child character, quote, accidentally. Netflix did it on purpose. They want you to see it. They want you to internalize it. They want your kids to grow up thinking this imagery is normal. This is how cultural boundaries erode.
So I guess all you motherfuckers that watched Alien in the 70s, you done all got raped. Is that the gimmick I'm supposed to align with here?
Not all at once, but through a steady drip of, quote, just metaphors, just symbolism, just horror, just art. And I think that, again, that's one side of it. Mike Harlow, who's a big horror movie buff and a nice guy, I met him in Kenosha. He wrote, I've never watched Stranger Things, but this is the dumbest ish I've ever heard. It's a demon possessing a human body, as has been done in horror fiction for all of time. Some conservatives' habit of treating every scrap of pop culture as a satanic Trojan horse is exactly why the left controls the entertainment industry. When you refuse to engage with media except to shriek and clutch your pearls, you cede the cultural ground entirely. And what's worse, you leave yourself with zero credibility when calling out actual indoctrination or truly degenerate stuff. It's the same hysterical reflex that fueled the 80s moral panic of wanting to ban video games for corruption, corrupting the youth. This is neocon behavior and exact mentality of created a generation of radical leftists. These people would have had aneurysm when they saw The Exorcist, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Hereditary, Terrifier 3, or basically any horror movie ever. Now,
thank you, because if all of these shows in which people claim to care about come out today, we have ourselves a problem. If any of these shows come out today, all of these motherfuckers are gonna pearl clutch. There'll be the same shows, the same beats, all of that, and there'll be that one thing that'll have these motherfuckers screaming woke, and it fries me.
Now, I will say that a movie like Terrifier relies a lot more on, how do I say, like, it's pretty spicy. I don't like those kind of movies. I know that there are a lot of people that, are down with, really gross out horror movies. And again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't exist. They're just not for me. Now in this scene, you know,
Leon dispatch win. I told you motherfuckers, you want me to do one stream full sitting playing that whole fucking game, $500. And you know what? Since you asked me that fucking question again, each time you motherfuckers come in and ask me that question again, I'm upping the price. Now it's $600. Now it's fucking $600. I ain't moving a muscle or a morsel until I get it. I'm not playing that fuck ass game until I get it. You want me to do some shit I don't want to do? You want me to do some shit I don't want to do? You want me to play this bullshit that's ass? Out of all the people, guess who likes this game? Guess who likes this game? We could do chapters. No, we can't. No, we can't. The fuck? Guess who likes this game? Peachy likes this game. Literally got it. I got into it with Peachy because Peachy told me that she was gonna relax and watch Dispatch playthrough, and I lost my mind. That I told Peachy that game is ass. And this woman, in all capital letters, text me lies. It's amazing. And asked me, why do I hate it? I said it was boring. And she did the Asian meme. She's like, dishonor. Literally. All in one purchase, or is it a go all in one purchase? You better find somebody with some big bucks and tell them, don't worry about it, I'm gonna help you out. You better find somebody with some big bucks and you better convince them, we got to get this guy to play this game. I want to make sure that as you go through this, you realize it's never gonna happen. Oh, you got to get this guy to play this game. Just give him $600. It ain't gonna happen. Playthrough's not even playing it. I mean, fuck. Nobody has all that fucking time to do this. Nobody has all that fucking time to sit down and play a game. What if you got 1,000? The number is 600. The number. They're not in a super chat, not in a Twitch thing, in that Kofi. They ain't no way. There ain't no way. I'm not playing that fuck ass game no more until I get 600 flat. And because I know I won't, motherfucker, the next time I stream, somebody gonna ask me, I'm gonna up the number again. I'm gonna up it until you motherfuckers stop. And you think it's a joke. You think I'm being a little ha ha and a hee hee. That fucking game is boring. Boring. That game is boring. Very specific rules for this game. Absolutely. I need y'all to know I'm serious. I need y'all to know that there will be no jumping through the hoops. There will be no, well, maybe if he, no. Not this time. I let y'all get away with it. I've let y'all get away with tricking me in different formats and styles before. Not this time, brodies. You're not getting me this time, brodies. Someone will do it just to make you suffer? No. No one's gonna do it. No one's gonna do it. You know why? Because it's the holidays. You're gonna save your fucking money. You think I'm trying to gaslight you, but I'm doing this. I've been doing this on purpose for years. Anytime a motherfucker be like, how much to do something, and it's something I don't want to do, it's an egregious price. Just because I know you don't have it. I know you don't have it.
Obviously, I'm sure I can't play it, but I can show you some stills. So here's the bad guy in the scene. Here's Will as a kid. This no nose look is kind of a ripoff from Fallout, isn't it? So then like these tentacles come and like go into Will's mouth,
Sorry, I'm buying games on a discount. Absolutely. Yep. Buy your games on a discount.
And then he does.
Will you play the new Courage the Cowardly Dog horror game? Excuse me. I feel like whatever you're describing is on Steam. Courage. How would I know about this? What is it called? What is it called? Courage the Cowardly Dog. I don't know why I typed in stream. Steam game. What is this? There's no official Courage the Cowardly Dog there. I feel like I might be missing something. Maybe if I type in horror game. There's a Courage game? I fucking guess. House of Revenge? Okay. Because you just get a motherfucker be like, oh, you're going to play the Courage the Cowardly Dog game? No idea. What doesn't give me a name or anything. Just like, oh, the House of Revenge. It's a fan game? Kiss my ass. I'm not playing no fan games. Fuck y'all. Kiss my ass. 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 I ain't playing no fucking fan game. If it ain't official, fuck you.
Like stroke his head, which is a little gross. I gotta say, like, I didn't want to sit on the fence of this, but this is needlessly gross, and you didn't really have to do it. I'm not.
So what makes the scene gross is that the motherfucker's touching him. Do you not see the fucking mind controlled tentacle going down his fucking throat? You got to fucking be kidding me.
Like freaking out about it, but I can see.
Oh, you don't want to be a fence sitter, but you don't want to freak out about it. But buddy, this is what you motherfuckers want me to be. This is your fence sitter. But because the English language is not as strong, you motherfuckers will look at this and be like, oh, what great analysis, Jeremy.
See definitely where Jack is coming from, especially since this kid ends up gay, and he's basically getting violated here by a demon. There are a lot of people who are saying, this is crazy, it's an overreach, and it's possible. It's possible. So wait. They've put it into the story that this motherfucker might be discovering his fucking sexuality of being gay with his friend, to the point where it got shut down in the last season and he's fucking crying about it. And now you motherfuckers have taken a scene from this season to say, oh, he got raped and that means he's gay. He got abducted by a fucking alien and that turned him gay. Ah, la 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 la. What were the creators of Stranger Things saying when they depicted this kid being victimized? A Vanderbilt study in 2022 reported that LGBTQ adults were 3 to 4 times more likely to having experienced this kind of stuff.
What does that have to do with Stranger Things?
When they were a kid. Now, some people might say this is a reach, and I think that you could argue it's right. I think this imagery...
Fence sitting! Fence sitting!
I'm sorry, you could argue for that. I mean, you could also argue that this scene is needlessly specific, it's needlessly graphic, it's needlessly over the top when,
Buddy, I would like to introduce you to a show called Stranger Things. I would like to introduce you to a show called Stranger Things. This show has all of this gore. This show has all of this blood. This show has all of this extra. In the same season they're complaining about, this doesn't count as a spoiler because it's a character nobody gives a fuck. It's literally an NPC. A motherfucker gets stabbed through the face, and it's gnarly. It's gnarly. It ain't no significant character, so it's not really a spoiler. A motherfucker gets stabbed through the face. It's none of the main characters. You're gonna watch that shit. You're not even gonna know where it is, and you're gonna see it and be like, oh, why don't we have a problem with gore? Which episode? I'm not telling you. All I want you to know is that you're going to watch, if you sit down and watch that entire fucking season, you're going to see a character get stabbed through the face. It's not any of the main characters. A Scout's honor, it's not any of the main characters.
You know, he could have had this scary encounter with the demon and have it not contain that scene. Like, somebody there could have said, like, maybe we don't have this tentacle going down this kid's throat. And
Damn, so maybe somebody could have said that for about Alien or any of these other movies that do the same thing. We're grasping at straws because we're bored and we got nothing for us. And speaking of nothing, apparently YouTube banned 21 million channels in a month. And the end is nigh.
what's wrong, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and well, if you weren't paying attention over the weekend, YouTube has just removed about 21 million channels. That's right.
Oh, they did it all in a month?
21 million channels deleted in...
I thought the title says in a month. So they just deleted 21 channels over the weekend? That's just two different things.
Just a few days, apparently. And I just don't know how you can remove this level of channels with any kind of oversight, any kind of insight. And there is, in fact, a major problem going on. And it is that, apparently, YouTube is using some set of rules to automatically ban creators. And it is getting it wrong so often that we don't even know how many of these channels were legitimate and just didn't even notice or weren't big enough to complain on Twitter. It really is odd. And I have a video later, actually, maybe Tuesday, about some data that Mr. Beast's operations manager shared that really explains why YouTube is trying to destroy longer form videos and force short style goldfish content on everybody. And it's not, the future is not bright for your boy. I'll tell you that much. But for now, it's Cyber Monday.
And you still should be saving your money. But Buddy here wants you to go broke. Buddy here wants you to go broke. Okay, maybe this one. Is YouTube out of money? Creator charged back $20,000 with many more seeing negative earnings.
Well, I knew things were bad at YouTube. Well, because it is. I mean, it is just probably the worst, earnings year I've had in 5 years. And
oh God, can we please walk with a little bit of humility here? Can we please walk with a little bit of humility? YouTube's bad. Oh, this is my lowest earnings and I don't know how long. That doesn't make YouTube bad. I'm sorry. That does not make YouTube bad whatsoever.
Basically the same views. If you look at a chart, it says I had more views like last year, but those are really just shorts that never really paid anything. I kind of stopped doing shorts. My standalone videos basically make, the same amount of views, a little bit down this year because people are a little bored. But nonetheless, now YouTube is charging back YouTubers up to $20,000, and not just one, because of a wonderful loophole in the YouTube system that I guess will force me to turn off super chats because I don't want this to happen to me. I don't know if it's
oh God, Jesus Christ,
a troll thing or if it's a YouTube thing, but this is definitely not great. By the way, if you're, Thanksgiving's next week.
What is this? Excuse me? Thanksgiving's next week? Oh, this video's from 10 days ago. What are you telling people about Thanksgiving, buddy?
If you're going somewhere or having someone come over, might I make a recommendation? No one ever remembers to bring coffee or to buy good coffee. And all thing, or if it's a YouTube thing, but this is definitely not great. By the way, if you're, Thanksgiving's next week. If you're going somewhere or having someone come over, might I make a recommendation? No one ever remembers to bring coffee or to buy good coffee. And troll thing, or if it's a YouTube thing, but this is definitely not great. By the way, if you're, Thanksgiving's next week, if you're going somewhere or having someone come over, might I make a recommendation? No one ever remembers to bring coffee or to buy good coffee.
Now, far be it from me to tell anybody on how to operate on Thanksgiving, but I don't think there's been one time where a motherfucker brought coffee to Thanksgiving. I just don't foresee that anybody ever brought coffee to Thanksgiving? Turkey, ham, yams, pie, drinks. Drinks meaning alcohol, sodas. You actually gotta be fucking kidding me. You have got to be fucking kidding me. Hey, in the midst of this panic of this guy, in the midst of the panic of this guy losing 20,000, hey, make sure you guys buy some coffee for Thanksgiving.
And all of my coffee is shipping free, and in many places, free overnight.
I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm the stupid one. But you could go to the store and get coffee and not worry about you don't have to worry about shipping. You don't have to worry about waiting like 2 or 3 days. You could just get it within 10 minutes, 30 if you live in an area where you got to actually drive to a store. It's like, I feel like if I wanted to sell shit, it would be some shit that you wouldn't be able to get in 10 minutes. Like, I feel like if I wanted to really sell you motherfuckers anything, it would be something that you cannot get in 10 minutes. And that would actually be of benefit to your life.
Recommendations for this Thanksgiving at coffeebrandcoffee.com is our strawberries and cream, or our spiked jack-o'-lantern, or our blackberry cream. All absolutely stunning dessert coffees that people are going to be talking about. Or if you're a K-cup person, we have all this stuff in K-cups. The butterscotch toffee, strawberries and cream, blueberry cobbler, or our dark roast or medium roast, all ships free. So when you look at the price, think, hey, what's that other guy charging $8, $9 for shipping? You know, mine comes.
When I look at the $18, hold on. Maybe the market value dictates this price. Hold. Maybe the market value dictates these prices. What's a store? Walmart. Matter of fact, let's not go the cheap route. Let's go the expensive route. Target. Okay, so fucking K-Cup's about 15, his is 18. The only way you could beat that is by just going to Target and getting it. Oh, they got wait a minute. How many come in this box? Quartering. If I'm to go by that number, it's 12. If I'm to go by the number on that box, it's 12. So now I'm going to go back to Target. Target has 10 K-Cup pods in a box. You want to guess the price? You want to guess the base price and not the discounted price they have right now? See if they got 12 K-Cup boxes. To see if we can make a difference here. They don't have any 12s. They got 10s. Oh, they got 112. I see 112. It's Starbucks affiliated. The base price for the 10 K-Cups from Target is $5.99. It's discounted right now at $4.99. That's a McDonald's K-Cup cafe fucking thing. It's fucking $4.99 and $5.99 is the base price. They got another one from Folgers that's $7.59. I'm going based off the 10 K-Cup. $7.99. The Starbucks one is about $10.29. So you know what? Sure, there's your leg. There's another Starbucks 12 cup box that's $10.29. So he's somehow higher than competition where you could just get it quicker. This is not smart.
Comes with free shipping. So coffeebrandcoffee.com, and you can help spread the word of Coffee Brand Coffee. It'll be absolutely amazing. It's a win-win-win. So I'll leave a link in the description below. YouTuber Cam.
Hey, just so you all know, this is in the same timeline of this guy said, save your money. Save your money. People are losing jobs. Buy my coffee. All in one go is kind of odd to me. All in one go, kind of odd just to me.
Lot 331. I don't know if he still makes videos. I think he drives race cars now. I'm not totally sure. Hit with a sudden $10,000 chargeback spiral from refunds. Corey Dennison, owner of the channel Camlot 331, is in a crisis as the platform has suddenly started charging him $100 a day in the negative earnings, which means they're probably charging him $200 or $300. I don't know. It's hard to see. This looks like minus 100 down here, so he was probably making $200 or $300 per day normally. The amount of nearly $1,000 in charges over the last 2 weeks alone. And Dennison notes that if this isn't resolved quickly, he'll lose up to $10,000. This is, hey, Team YouTube, why is YouTube suddenly charging me $100 a day? I've never seen negative earnings, and they're hitting every single day now. The reason for the charges appears to be a mass refunding scam of super chats, but YouTube creator support has yet to explain why now, and if it's one user or many. I went, and obviously I don't get a lot of super chats on my channel. I don't live stream on my main channel, and even when I live stream on Quartercast, I get like 2 super chats a show. And I have seen some people use that where they'll super chat to insult me or super chat to promote some other garbage live stream and then refund it.
He's talking about Kino Casino. No. Why would you give them that? Why would you give them that ammunition to fire on you, bro? Why would you give them that? And listen, let me help y'all out. They're going to their banks. They're going to their banks and claiming that this was a fraudulent purchase and they're getting the money back. Duh.
Fortunately, it hasn't been in like huge numbers, so it hasn't like offset that, but there's a lot of interesting things. These are just some of the possible causes. This is via geeksandgamers.com, by the way. During live stream, viewers can pay for super chats to draw their attention to messages. YouTube takes a percentage with the majority and going to the owner of the channel, along with ad revenue. Wrong. The majority does not go to the owner of the channel. I guess 70%. It does, yeah. Okay.
Dumbass.
This is how content creators make money. However, after sending a super chat, a user can contest the charge and demand a refund, resulting in a charge back to the creator. As master of the TDS notes, the dispute and resolution doesn't hit immediately. They can hit weeks later, all at once. That's why YouTube puts the negative amount on whatever day the dispute clears. That's true if that's what it is. We don't know. We don't know that that's actually what it is.
So what is it, buddy? What's your guesstimation?
Unfortunately, YouTube may combine multiple refunds, making it impossible to tell which viewer contested the charge, when, and for how much. See, this would be extremely helpful because you would want to ban this user from your channel. You would want to ban them from sending you super chats because they're doing it to hurt your channel. What ends up happening is usually when you get a bunch of chargebacks, you get a bunch of fees associated with that too. And if you're like most YouTubers and you're lucky enough, if you're like some of the few YouTubers and you're lucky enough to kind of make a living, most YouTubers aren't making enough money to absorb an entire month of no pay.
You are. You make a lot. You make money motherfuckers would dream of. And yet, for some ungodly reason, you'll tell these same people who have blessed you with their view while they're in a crisis, save money, but also pound sand and give me money for a fucking mixology cookbook.
There's also a possibility that YouTube incorporates more AI into its system, that this is also some sort of bug. Dennison has been running his YouTube channel for 7 years without ever seeing anything to this degree happen before.
So now we're guessing that it may be AI. Not smart. Not smart whatsoever. Not smart whatsoever to just throw out a guess.
There's no indication that these financial penalties stem from anything other than he shared during his recent streams, as Dennison says he's received no content flags or notice of traffic adjustments. After reaching out to YouTube creator support, Dennison said that he was told someone charged back 120 days from $10,000 to $20,000. Further discussions with creator support have proved frustrating. A customer service rep suggested that Dennison contact his bank because the bank account concern is currently out of our expertise.
As it should be. Because it would be. Because They're communicating, the person who's doing chargebacks is communicating with their bank. They're not communicating with YouTube. They're communicating with their bank.
What's going to happen here is if you do this and like if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you probably don't have this money, especially if it was paid to you 4 months ago, and his his personal bank account could go negative and could actually result in even more fees. He says, my 10th conversation with creator support, they literally have no idea what I'm talking about. I will have to get a lawyer involved since no one will talk to me about YouTube taking up to 10K from me. This is wild. Again, now costing him more money. Now, I don't really know this guy. You know, we've had some passing interactions in the past. I don't know if he has like a dedicated group of haters like I do, and they did this to hurt him. But this is a major problem. And quite frankly, this isn't on the creator. This should be on YouTube. When this happens, YouTube should be
It's on the bank. Like, I need y'all to know this. This is on the bank. The bank is the entity that receives the notice about this fucking dispute, and they go through the process of either getting you that money back or telling you to pound sand. No matter how long ago that fucking purchase is, they do it anyway. A lot of people would know this if checks notes. They start understanding banking,
absorbing this cost. And I wonder if YouTube is actually refunding the 30% fees that they took, or they, you know, what exactly is this breakdown? They've given him no information. Dennis says he needs to reach out to a lawyer. If it's some sort of targeted attack, if there's some sort of loophole in YouTube's terms of service that facilitates charge.
So now we're just guessing. This is not journalism. This is not what I would read from an article. This is just a guess. You're guessing that it could be all of these different possibilities. You would actually need to go through a process of hoping that what you're saying is actually correct. Because if it turns out that it's a motherfucker who is just, hey, they're fucking with you, you're not really going to get that next step of finding out who that is. And it might embolden, because now you're promoting it for people to do, motherfuckers to be like, hey, I'm about to give you all this money, and I'm going to wait all this fucking time. Maybe not even wait. Maybe just fucking get it that same day. Get it all back. To leave you with nothing but a bunch of fees and fucking problems. See how that fucking turns into a situation? See how that turns horrible, real fast, steadfast, in a hurry? But because the banking is not really something people think about, this is the world we live in. This is the world I live in. God damn it.
Long after the fact, Dennis and Fierce's channel will only be first of many. If it's some sort of problem with AI, we could potentially see a flood of creators facing the same problem. Well, part of the problem is also that YouTube creator support is largely run by AI. There used to be a time, and I know it was a long time ago, where creator support was actually a creator. Now, I have 2 million subscribers on YouTube. I know that sounds like a big number, but I have about 100,000 kind of dedicated on and off viewers. That's the real number, that you don't get paid for subscribers. But I have a rep in America and who has proved to be helpful. But, you know, how many channels have millions of subscribers compared to channels that maybe have 50,000 or 100,000 that will probably never be hurt? This is, I'm looking at 10K in chargebacks that I found out about today. A message creators, they said messaging support looks like what's going to be happening is tons of creators moving forward. Well, Denison weighs this option. He continues to stream on alternative platforms like Rumble and Kick. Depending on how things go with YouTube, however, these platforms are unlikely to keep him afloat. On YouTube, Denison currently has 250,000 subscribers, compared to 32,000 on Rumble, $27 on Kick. Well, you know, he could tell his viewers to move to Rumble, but I'm not sure that, you know, if it's a chargeback troll, you know, I'm not sure that switching platforms would actually fix us unless Rumble had a different system for that in place. I've never experienced chargebacks on Rumble. I guess I wouldn't know if I was getting them on YouTube, to be totally honest with you. If I was getting a $5 or $10 chargeback, I wouldn't know, because it does, you know, it's hard to see, and I don't rely on super chats. You know, so it's like
you rely on viewership, and you rely on people buying that overpriced coffee and overpriced mixology book. And I'm sorry, I might just be the negative Nancy. But do you understand that the need for like shit like that doesn't exist anymore? Because motherfuckers could just go on YouTube and learn how to mix drinks. What are you getting a mixology book for? What are you getting a cookbook for? You want to learn how to make some tiramisu? Type in how to make tiramisu on YouTube. Literally all you ever got to fucking do.
1% of my income. As long as YouTube is the overall dominant platform for content creators, many will depend on it for their livelihoods. Also, a unique ecosystem where fans can directly interact. Well, I would recommend, you know, turning off super chats, I guess, and going to like, I don't know, some sort of outside system. But even then, chargebacks they could probably still do chargebacks.
Yeah, no shit. Yes, they can 100% still do chargebacks. turning off super chats doesn't stop a chargeback. They could charge your ass back on Twitch. They could charge your ass back on Kick. They could charge your ass back on anything. Why? Because for the 5th time, they're communicating with their bank. They're not communicating with the social media platform.
Obviously, there must be some protection for users whose credit cards could be stolen or compromised and used to buy expensive super chats, but the system seems to be open to abuse. If someone with the means can spend a significant amount on super chats only to demand refunds after the creator has already used the money for basic living expenses, it puts the YouTubers in danger. And if it's the cause of some sort of AI hallucination, then maybe even more.
I'm sorry, AI hallucination? Oh. Oh. We live in a time. What a time to be alive. AI hallucinations, boys. Did you factor that in? Did you get that? We now have AI hallucinations. I don't know when we got to that point. I'll be honest with you. I don't know when I got to a point in time where AI hallucinations were a thing. You're hallucinating from seeing artificial intelligence. It's not gonna touch you. It's not here. It's over your shoulder. It's touching you. It's caressing your nipple. It's making you feel bad. Oh, it's touching the no square. It's touching who you are as a person. Yes. Yes, the no square. Does this man have schizophrenia? No, I do. But how am I supposed to take a group of people seriously when they're trying to figure out what's going on and they throw out AI hallucination? It gets to a point where you're going to have to start being a little honest about what it is you're throwing out to the world. And in this moment, I'm getting utter bullshit. But speaking of bullshit, y'all remember that lady who did blackface? Not Brittany Venti, the other one. Leon Lost Brain says, that I did. But do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember? Hopefully you remember. Because, she's apparently been demonetized on YouTube. But apparently, because the world is full of people who don't understand what these words mean, they have to make it dramatic. They've nuked my channel, even though you're uploading this video to YouTube. LOL. But, you know, let's watch.
What's up, folks? We are back again. Slightly different set today than I usually have. I'm also looking quite overweight in this sweater, I promise.
Fat, fuck, gross woman. Let me tell y'all how this went. The woman spent so much time poking the bear of online that it was eventually going to bite her in the ass, as is the consequence that people seemingly don't understand because they want to think that, oh, everywhere they go, they should just be allowed to do things. And I'm sorry to break it to you. Every platform has rules. Every platform has rules. I do not care how much you motherfuckers want to pretend like Rumble wouldn't ban your ass for egregious shit that would make them look bad. They will. I remember motherfuckers broadcasting Kick as the place where live streaming matters again. And then motherfuckers started getting drunk on the platform. Then motherfuckers started getting into fights on the platform. Then you started seeing motherfuckers' nipples everywhere on the platform. And then they started to have a bad rep. And then they course corrected and they started banning motherfuckers for that. Now you got motherfuckers sitting in cars almost killing themselves or other people getting banned for that. Sorry to break it to anybody who doesn't get it, but everywhere you go online, they have a terms of service agreement rules that you must follow as a watcher and as a creator. And if you break those rules to an egregious extent, they're going to get rid of you. They're going to throw you to the wayside. Why are they going to do it? It's because you're breaking their rules, and if it goes viral enough, you're going to hurt whatever bottom line they got, and they're not going to go for it. They're going to make sure to protect their bottom line. They're going to protect that. And I'm sorry that you don't feel emboldened in your free speech to start yelling out to the nines that, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. Sorry, it's not how it works. Oh, this platform sucks. Yet, everybody's still on it. Everybody's still on it. But, you know, let it rip.
We got a little bit of an announcement for you guys today. So not our usual content, but the tragedy of today that we are going to be talking to is not about black people attacking more whites on the trains. Shockingly enough, we are actually going to get to talk about something different. I know that that's a common thread that seems to be happening all the time, but today, you know what?
Well, it's the internet, buddy. And you know what? I don't want to listen to a woman speak. I'm sorry. I don't want to listen to a conservative woman speak. Where's the man? Hold on, let me see. I don't see. I'm looking at that hand. I don't see
What's
it.
happening?
Where's the other
We're
one?
trying to keep a real...
Where's the other one? Oh, I don't see one on the other hand. You're not married. Where's the man? Where is the man? I don't see a man in this. I don't see a man. I don't give a fuck what Prince Charming has to say. That's crazy. 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 I want to, you know what? I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all my comment. I watched a Nicholas Diorio stream. You laughing? I'm so dead ass. Oh, but you talk about the Prince Charming thing. I watched a Nicholas Diorio like clip, and it was about what a great freeze frame. It was about Paige Christie, and you remember the video? Horrible video we watched. Oh, where's his apology? I don't care about apologies. I left a great comment because I'm the smartest black in the room. Because I had to sit there and watch that. I watched that knowing what I was listening to was horse shit, and knowing that you're sitting there hoping for an apology. Well, I ain't gonna say hoping. You're asking to see proof that this man has apologized, and yet you've gotten 4 examples of atonement and acknowledging that what he did was wrong and how he wants to course correct, and that's not good enough for you. You are not, and you're not even American. You're not the consensus of what is upsetting the American black. I am, and I stated, Paige's video is terrible because it's because of the time spent trying to invalidate bigotry towards someone else while demanding everyone focus on what offended her, then demanding to see apologies or atonements and getting 4 examples just to say those don't count, even though I didn't spell count correctly, and to end it with claiming she doesn't care about getting an apology proves exactly what Nick pointed out at the end of this video. People are going to continue to pretend to care about old controversies that H3 has grown from and shown remorse for in the hopes of getting him to grovel. An apology means nothing without action behind it, and from what I've seen from H3, I appreciate the action in his change rather than an apology. Signed, a black guy who apparently is supposed to care about Ethan in 2016. Because, I do mean to be that guy. I do not care about, I don't care about what Ethan was saying and doing in 2016. Why? Because it's been 9 years. I wasn't around for it then. Why the fuck could I possibly give a fuck about it right now? Ooh. Surprised they still listen to her after they found out she's a biracial child. Oh, you're talking about Lily. I don't know why. For a split second, I thought you was talking about Paige. I was like, what the fuck? But might I? Well, that was another thing. She did have a biracial fucking child, and motherfuckers got on her ass for that. Not Paige. I'm talking about the other one. Talk about the white woman. It's like, wait, you're a race mixer? People did do that. You're a race mixer? Get away from us. But then other people didn't recognize it, so they kept watching. Oh baby, oh nigga, give me 1 more gram. Sell me that rock. Won't you come and please sell me that crack? Oh, nigga, give me 1 more gram. Sell me that rock. Won't you come sell me that crack? I want some crack. I just hit my mouth. Oh man, that actually kind of hurt. I scratched my lip a little bit. Goodbye, YouTube. Now, children.